Hi everyone. I have been out of the hospital for about 17 days and I think everything's going pretty well. And that's about, a little over 2 weeks, right? I don't have a lot of pain. I can still only lift 10 pounds. I can only lift 10 pounds for 6 weeks. And some really good things happened today. My friends are always like, what can we do? How can we help you? So I have a meal train going on with some friends, and people are dropping off food, which is really helpful. And, they're trying to stick by some of my food restrictions, like, no beans and no sausage with casing and things like that. I am less nauseated. There's very few foods that are causing me nausea, which is awesome. Mostly it's just like dry bread and dry crackers and things like that. The last thing that I struggled with was yogurt. I had a hard time with that, but I did eventually find a way to get some of it down. And then prior to that was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Had a hard time getting that down on gluten-free bread. Just couldn't. I got it down, but it took a really long time. So I'm eating a lot better than I was before, not using anti-nausea medicine as not nearly as frequently, like actually rarely using anti-nausea medication like I was before. I'm still taking Prilosec in the morning, which, helps me just to get a good start on the day. Bone broth in the morning, still doing that. Yeah, still trying to prime my system for something good. Staying hydrated, that's going well. Changing my bag very easily, that's going well. I have a giant rash all over where the bag is, so that'll be the next thing that I talk to my ostomy nurse about is, do we change products? Do we manage it some other way? I have some skin breakdown. I can cough easier, that's great. I have some skin breakdown underneath the sticky portion of how the bag is sticking to my body, and I'm managing that. My ostomy nurse wants me to change the bag every other day and apply a treatment to it when I remove the bag and before I put it back on. She also wants me to take pictures so that she can monitor the breakdown. And it's going well. The treatment that she's giving me is starting to heal, which is good. I got my staples out. I don't know if I told anybody that, but I got the staples out and that felt a lot better right away. They were making me very anxious. As soon as I got them out, my anxiety went down quite a bit. And yeah, things are just progressing really well. I actually have a lasagna in the oven right now that somebody made me. So I'm excited to try that today and kick that craving to the curb. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I love pasta. And the most exciting thing today was people were asking, as I said, people were asking like, how can they help? Well, the food train was one way. The other thing was, I was like, you know what? We have a ton of weeds in our flower beds and in our landscaping. And we don't have a lot of landscaping. It's very small areas. We just have like a little bit around our mailbox. We have a little bit in our front, walk up to our front door. And we have like a little bit in our back. It was a very small amount. But I think we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 people came over today to help tackle the weeds and put down some mulch, and we supplied some water and some beverages for them, and they just tackled it and they got it done pretty fast and very neat and they were all from our gym, and our gym is just such a community. CrossFit gym is such a community, and I just would expect nothing less than their best effort and just such wonderful work. They really ripped out all the grass that was in the bed, every weed that was in the bed, all the beds, and I just couldn't be more pleased because ever since I've been sick for like 3 years, I have really slacked on keeping up the landscaping, and we've only been in this house for about a year and a half, so I felt really bad that I wasn't able to keep up with it, and my husband doesn't like to keep up with it. It's not his thing. It's usually my thing, that if we keep up with it or not, and it just looks fantastic. I'm just so happy that they just really touched my heart to, you know, put in that kind of effort, and I would expect nothing less from them. They're all wonderful, caring, just giving people, and hardworking. You're not going to meet any slackers in a CrossFit gym. They're all going to work really hard and, you know, pull that community together, and they certainly did today. And of course they outdid themselves. They even were like, do you want some flowers? Do you want some flowers? This is just like plain mulch. You want something planted back here? And then they planted. They even moved one of the hostas. It looked like it wasn't doing so well. They were trying to save it, and it was just, you know, above and beyond my expectations. So they just did such a wonderful job, and I just am so thrilled. So I just thank you so much, from the bottom of my heart. It really bothers me to see the yard kind of fall apart like that, but that's usually what happens when someone's yard is falling apart. They're probably not doing so well, health-wise or financial-wise, like in their home. It's usually like the first thing that starts to go is their yard starts to kind of fall apart. So it's a good indicator. Why does their yard look like that? Maybe they're not doing so well. And that was definitely the case for us. So they were like, how can we help? And they did this, they did the food, and then I just, you know, knocked, and I was like, you know what, would you guys mind doing this yard work and helping us out? Like, I can't lift more than 10 pounds. Like, the bending and the twisting and the pulling is probably not gonna be happening for me for a while. And they were like, yep, done. And within like a matter of a week and a half, they had it all organized and ready to go, and people were like jumping in. So I was just really thrilled. And even people that were like, wanted to be there, and I know that they wanted to be there, I appreciate you for you being there in spirit as well. So thanks so much. The help is always there. People want to help. They just need to know how. And I know when you're sick, you can't always think of what that looks like. And the people, they need to be told how they can help. And for me, I know our yard was not a big undertaking, so I felt very comfortable just being like, hey, could you get someone over here to like just pull some grass and pull some weeds and maybe just shape up our yard just a little bit, because we're good with the mowing and stuff like that, but the weeds were like taking over, and it was really bothering me quite a bit. So it looks fantastic, and I just couldn't be any happier about the outcome of it. And gosh, I wish everybody knew people like this and had people like this, and I bet you do. You got to know how to ask for help, and it's okay to ask for help. And then when somebody asks, you jump in too, and you help them as well. So I just wanted to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. I am doing well. I am very antsy in the mornings. I'm reaching out to try to see, you know, maybe it's only been a couple weeks out from surgery, but I feel fantastic in a lot of ways, not so much in some other ways, but I feel like I could easily do some very, very light duty at work if they would be willing to have me. If they're willing to have me for maybe just like a couple hours in the morning, then I could probably go back and do some very light duty. Probably stay away from patients as much as possible, because I don't think I could, you know, do all the bending and pulling and things like that might be required of handling patients. But there are plenty of things that I can do, like communicate with floor nurses, or, you know, clear patients in the morning and things like that. There's plenty of things that I can do that don't require direct patient care, if they would be willing to have me do some of those types of things. And if that's the case, then I gotta get the ball rolling in some ways to get back, you know, get cleared to go back to work. Just on a very, very small scale. So I'm trying to do that to just, you know, get some of this energy burned in another way. So looking into something like that. Anyway, just wanted to give a quick update. I'm doing very well, eating more, having more energy. hoping that I can be useful in some more kind of ways, and I will be providing some more updates in the future. Take care, everyone. Bye.